There is no proof that everyone sees the same colors. Mirrors don't break, they just multiply. If school isn't a place to sleep, then home isn't a place to study. Space is only 62 miles away, which is like an hour-long drive. You've already listened to a song for the last time in your life. There could be a ghost aggressively breakdancing right next to you, and you would have no idea. At one point, you were given a children's menu for the last time. Is it pronounced data or data? Is it pronounced GIF or GIF? Is a corn dog a sandwich or a popsicle? It's crazy how we can transmit information from Mars, but Wi-Fi still can't reach some people's bedrooms. It would be awesome if our bodies could store sleep hours. Imagine sleeping for 16 hours, and then you could stay up for 2 days without getting tired. It's 2021, and not one cereal brand has Ziploc on their bags yet. Your lips don't touch when you say touch, but they touch when you say separate. Male nipples are pointless. A cactus is just a heavily armed, aggressive cucumber. At a certain pay rate, your time is worth enough that it becomes cheaper to eat out than cook at home. As digital clocks become more popular, the terms clockwise and counterclockwise will be understood by less people. We are so lucky that snakes and spiders are solitary animals and they don't travel in packs. There are probably zebras that could be scanned properly as a barcode. Fist bumps are better than handshakes because you don't have to use the same hand to make it work. What if rainbows came out at night too and glowed like neon lights? People ask what you do for a living so they can calculate how much respect they have for you. Being able to FaceTime 911 operators would significantly solve a lot of cases. Who heard snoring and thought, yup, that sounds like the letter Z? 4 seems to be our limit for the number of legs an animal can have before we start to hate it. What if when you wake up instantly before you die in dreams because your brain doesn't know what happens next? Hash browns are just flattened tater tots. Seeing Gordon Ramsay in a restaurant you're eating at is either a very good sign or a very bad sign. Humans have the technology to live in third person by wearing a virtual reality headset linked to a camera drone set to follow a few feet behind. We currently know more history than anyone in history ever knew. Instead of saying no pun intended, people should say it was pun intentional. Police should wear red and blue light-up shoes when they pursue people on foot. One day the internet will be older than every living human. Do fish get thirsty? What if mirrors are portals to another dimension and you can go through them, but your reflection blocks you? Yogurt is just fruity milk pudding. You see more starlight during the day than at night. To answer any question that starts with "do you know" correctly, you have to know that you know or that you don't know, even if you don't know. While driving, why is it illegal to use our phones to call someone, but we can look down at our phone while using the GPS? As an adult, any free time you have is just you procrastinating something. Arms are really inconvenient when trying to find a comfy sleeping position. No matter who you are to somebody, you're their cool friend. Somewhere in the world, there is someone with your dream job that hates going to work every day. When we think of apples, they're red, but when we think of apple-flavored things, we think green. If scorpions could fly like cockroaches, I would find a way to leave the planet. Does a piece of paper have 2 sides or 6 sides? SpongeBob's shoes squeak because they're always wet. Without realizing it, one day we all rented our last video game from Blockbuster. You know a show is actually funny when it doesn't have a laugh track to convince you it is. There are people who Google on Google to get to Google. When we say someone is hot, we think of their appearance, but when we say someone is cold, we think of their personality. In the wizard world, rappers would be the hardest to battle because imagine how fast they could cast multiple spells. One day, you went into Toys R Us without knowing it would be your last visit there. Literally none of us planned on being alive and don't remember getting here. After high school, you discover you were friends with a lot of people only because you saw them 5 times a week. It seems like some memes are getting complex enough where you need to know like 5 years of meme history to understand them. Eyelashes are there to protect your eyes, but 9 times out of 10, it's an eyelash that gets stuck in my eye. Sign language, not being a universal language, was a huge missed opportunity. Water is pretty crazy. It can boil you to death, freeze you to death, drown you to death, but you still need it to survive. Have you ever wondered how your friends describe you to others? You don't actually wash your hands wash themselves. Your phone doesn't seem heavy at all until you drop it on your face while laying down. Why is it called a grapefruit when there's already a fruit called a grape? If everyone got what they wanted, would the world be in harmony or in chaos? Who opens and closes the door for bus drivers? Sprite is just spicy flavored water. Why doesn't glue stick to the inside of the bottle? All 3 A's in Australia are pronounced differently.